back now on EA Sports at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. It's Falcon football as we resume play in the second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic. You.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. A slant to Jones.
Ryan's pass.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Let's make these babies cry. Mike 56, Mike 56.
On 3rd down, Ryan escaping the pressure right. Finding Gabriel, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, the ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
That catch good for only a couple. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Griffin, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 1-yard touchdown reception as his guys continue to pour it on. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5. Now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Falcons 41, 49ers 7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
That's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield.
The pass.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56. Here I come.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
First down.
Mike 56, Mike 56. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. 56, Mike 56, right there, right there.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Second and 10 now, Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 10 yards to go.
Ryan will throw again. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Right at the line.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 4-yard line.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. Yeah, he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
McCaffrey with a 1st down and more. And finally taken down at the 34. A successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off. The quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the 27-yard line.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. And that's Grady Jarrett who forced his way through to register the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit.
His kick is
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
the Falcons take over 1st and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. And an incomplete pass.
Ryan's pass.
That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
And 10 yards to go.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's to McCaffrey, complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Sets up a 3rd down and 18.
Back to throw. He uncorks it for Snead. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Snead, incomplete.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But
yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. The Halas trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Going right back to Jones, this time the connection made. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Come on. Mike 56. Mike 56. Switch. 56 to Mike.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. And yet again, Ryan is intercepted. Picked off at the 45.
Ryan's pass.
First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
10 at the 44-yard line.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Check. Mike, start forward, Mike.
Back to throw here. Kittle catching the slant. Past the 20. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big pickup of 38. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days that they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football? Someone would stop them.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in. And it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling them, all right? You didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
Right there, 56. Here we go, here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Ricky. Mike 56, Mike 58.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. That's complete right side to Gabriel. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense.
To throw again on second down, Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It's 3rd down and 1 yard to go.
56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. Got you. Hey, take 10.
On 3rd and 1, Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Again, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. This duo locked in, 14 yards there. And a first down. And when these two are clicking, Ryan and Jones, and we've seen multiple hookups here in this one, usually their offense is clicking, and that's why they're winning.
Yeah, they tend to follow what those two do. They set the tone for either a good day or maybe a tougher day. And right now, we're seeing an excellent game because those two are finding each other. No matter where on the field, they're making plays.
Carry now for Gurley. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
And this is
Gurley.
3rd down.
There you go.
Todd Gurley.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
51.
So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Frank Clark bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. A gain of 6 there on first. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
At the Falcons' 35-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
And here now come the Falcons. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points. And we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
A gain of 6 on the play. And this.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
The handoff to
give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Atlanta.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now it's Gurley. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Falcons.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards there, a first down.
And the Falcon first down.
They run. It's Gurley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Brought down.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Again they run with Gurley. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
killing ourselves.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Goal is good. Makes the score Falcons 54, 49ers 21.
So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
Fielded in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you. And it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Called it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Tackle made back at the 47-yard line.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons' defense yet again drops him behind the line.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And that is incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder. You think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the 1st down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking 1st down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a 1st down.
At their own 27-yard
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Big stop, D. Big stop.
Now Gurley. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at their 48-yard line.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. They're running with Gurley. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Todd Gurley unable to get it past the line. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Dante Hightower. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. This pass into the arms of Snead, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Gurley. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
1st down, Atlanta.
Watch 54, watch 54. Guys, escape.
On 1st down, it's Patterson. And a short gain here down to the 22. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you get a little bit late getting it done.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
And this is...
Here's Patterson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle. It's tight end, and it's 3rd and short.
Jesse Bates on the coverage.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Silver, Mike.
Back to throw again. Looking for Ayuk, and he's got him. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
A gain of 9. Brings up
that last catch short of the marker by just a yard. Leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Touchdown, 49ers! George Kittle, 54 yards. And the 49ers get a score closer. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And you can bet that they are starting to sense it now. That George Halas trophy nearly theirs. Their spot as NFC champions oh so close as they try to finish this one off. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Patterson. And finally, they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 16-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Niners.
They run with Patterson. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 3rd down, it's Patterson. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
A gain of 2 yards on the play. Brings up.
Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. They'll run it with Coleman, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. But now it's 3rd down. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They're going to start to drive here on the ground with Patterson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is going to be 49er football. He has been a workhorse for them in this game. And ball security hasn't been an issue until that point. Yeah, and let's face it. When he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They're just a big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Niners. For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game.
For San Francisco.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field is, hey, take care of the football. Because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though. You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another.
and then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life down the stretch instead of finishing the game in style, which is what they're trying to do on this drive.
Yeah, it would be a pretty amazing comeback, but we've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League.
We certainly have.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Falcons.
Patterson on the carry. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
For the running back.
Javon Hargrave there on the stop. Following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll try to left side. Patterson. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Again, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play.
On 3rd down, it's Patterson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
He was brought down.
4 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
First down, Atlanta.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
Tevin Coleman, the ball.
The Pro Bowl corner, Jason Barrett, on the tackle.
The 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
They will run again with Coleman. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
On the play. And it brings up 3rd.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here we go on 4th down. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. A throw left side to start the drive is complete.
The pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. And he'll bang that one through. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
It's a gain of 3. And this.
On 3rd down, Coleman. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
Eric Armstead.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
The 26. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Coleman. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he gets it all the way down to the 3. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage.
57, 49ers 42.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So now the Niners down by 15. And time, a huge factor. Their Super Bowl hopes hanging by a thread as they come up on 1st down. Bill. Try and start this drive in the air. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping him on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now just...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the 49ers get a score closer. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On 2nd down now, it's Coleman.
Devin Coleman. The ball carrier.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick here is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11.
60, 49ers 49.
Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far, but it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively? Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Kyle Van Noy in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.